Let's talk about something that many people feel but rarely know how to explain. Have you ever walked away from a conversation with someone and still felt them in your body hours later? Their words repeating in your mind, their emotions lingering in your chest, their energy somehow still sitting in your nervous system. Even though the conversation is over, even though the person is no longer physically present, something about the interaction continues to occupy space inside you. That experience is what many spiritual traditions describe as energetic cords, invisible connections that form between people through repeated emotional interaction. Now, before we go further, let's make something clear. Energetic cords are not inherently negative. Connection itself is not the problem. Healthy relationships naturally create energetic exchange. Love creates connection. Trust creates connection. Shared experiences create connection. Those bonds are part of what makes relationships meaningful. The challenge appears when a connection continues draining energy long after the interaction has ended, when someone's emotions remain in your nervous system, when their expectations shape your decisions, when your body feels responsible for carrying their energy. Many people try to solve this by doing what they've heard in spiritual spaces. Just cut the cord. Often that advice feels confusing because the relationship still matters. You don't want to lose the love. You don't want to erase the connection. You simply want the emotional weight to stop living inside your body. And that distinction is important because energetic clearing is not about removing love. It's about releasing energetic responsibility that was never yours to carry. March has been preparing us for this conversation because this entire month has been working with Energy Body 3, the positive mind. The part of you responsible for direction, choice, energetic sovereignty. Energy Body 3 asks a powerful question. Where does your energy belong? With you or spread across everyone around you? Now bring in the influence of the universal year one. Year one marks the beginning of a new cycle, a time when identity reorganizes. And identity is not only shaped by your thoughts, it is shaped by your energetic boundaries, where your energy goes, where it returns, what emotional responsibility you carry, and what you release. Now, if you're new here, hi, I'm Cherry. I'm a spiritual life coach, numerologist, and energy body teacher. And on this channel, we explore the deeper energetics and physiological patterns that shape how we move through life, not just healing, but energetic self-leadership. Because when your energy belongs to you again, your clarity, direction, and intuition become much stronger. So today we're going to explore how energetic cords form, why they often feel draining, and how to release them in a way that honors love while restoring your energy. Not through force, not through rejection, but through conscious energetic realignment. So take a breath here. Notice your body. Because as we move into this conversation, certain relationships may naturally come to mind. That awareness is not a problem. It's simply your system recognizing where energy may still be attached. To understand energetic cords, we need to look at how human connection actually works. Because connection is not only emotional, it is also neurological. When two people interact repeatedly, their nervous systems begin to synchronize. You can see this in small ways. People start matching each other's tone of voice. Their breathing patterns align. Their emotional states begin to influence each other. This is called nervous system co-regulation. It's the reason being around certain people can feel calming, and being around others can feel draining. Your body is constantly responding to the emotional signals it receives from the people around you. Over time, repeated interaction strengthens these connections. Your brain begins associating certain people with certain emotional states. A friend may trigger relaxation. A colleague may trigger stress. A family member may trigger responsibility. These emotional associations become embedded in the nervous system. So when you interact with someone repeatedly, your body learns how to respond to their presence. Now add emotional intensity into the equation. The stronger the emotional experience between two people, the stronger the energetic connection tends to become. Moments of love, moments of conflict, moments of vulnerability, moments of support. These experiences create powerful memory patterns in the brain and body. And those patterns can continue influencing your emotional state long after the interaction ends. This is where the spiritual language of energetic cords becomes useful. It describes the invisible connection formed through repeated emotional exchange. These cords are not physical structures. They are patterns of attention and emotional attachment that link two people energetically. And those patterns can remain active even when the person is not physically present. For example, you might notice that certain people occupy a lot of space in your thoughts. You replay conversations. You imagine future interactions. You feel responsible for their emotions. You carry their worries in your body, even when you're alone. That ongoing attention keeps the energetic connection active. Not because anything supernatural is happening, but because your nervous system continues directing energy towards that person. This is why some relationships can feel draining. Not necessarily because the person is intentionally taking energy from you, but because your system remains energetically engaged with them long after the interaction has ended. Your attention keeps returning to them. Your body keeps processing their emotions. Your mind keeps trying to resolve unfinished dynamics. Over time, that continuous engagement can create exhaustion. Now bring in energy body 3, the positive mind. The positive mind governs direction of attention. It decides where your energy flows. And when the positive mind is strong, you can consciously redirect that attention back to yourself. But when attention is constantly pulled outward, towards others, your energy becomes scattered, and scattered energy creates fatigue. Now consider the influence of the universal year 1. Year 1 is the beginning of a new identity cycle, and identity includes energetic boundaries. It includes recognizing where your energy belongs, where your emotional responsibility begins, and where it ends. Learning to release energetic cords that no longer serve your growth is part of establishing that new identity. Let's pause here for a moment. Think about someone whose presence tends to stay long after you've interacted. Notice where you feel that connection in your body. Maybe your chest, maybe your stomach, maybe your thoughts. That awareness is simply showing you where your attention has been directed. And attention is what we begin working with when we release energetic cords. Now we move into the recognition section. The moment where not all energetic cords need to be released. Some connections are supportive. They nourish you. They feel balanced. You give energy, you receive energy. That exchange flows naturally in both directions. Healthy relationships create cords like this, and those connections can remain beautiful parts of your life. The challenge appears when the energetic exchange becomes unbalanced, when your nervous system continues holding emotional responsibility for someone else long after the interaction has ended, when your mind keeps returning to their needs, their problems, their reactions, when your body feels tense simply thinking about them. At that point, the connection is no longer just a relationship. It becomes an energetic entanglement. Your system remains engaged even when the person isn't physically present. This often happens when emotional roles become established inside a relationship. Maybe you became the listener, the helper, the one who understands, the one who holds everything together. Those roles can feel meaningful at first. Helping others can create a sense of purpose. But if the emotional flow only moves in one direction, your system never fully releases that connection. It remains alert, available, attentive, even during moments when you should be resting. Over time, the nervous system begins associating that person with responsibility. Your brain becomes used to checking in on their emotional state, thinking about what they might need, anticipating how they might react. And because attention directs energy, your body continues investing energy into that relationship, even when you are physically alone. This is why certain relationships feel heavier than others. It's not always about conflict. Sometimes it's simply the weight of the emotional responsibility that was never consciously released. You care about the person. You want them to be okay. But somewhere along the way, your nervous system started carrying more than its share of their emotional load. Energy body 3, the positive mind, becomes important here again because the positive mind determines where your attention belongs. It asks, is this mine to carry, or am I holding something that belongs to someone else? When that distinction becomes clear, energetic cords that once felt draining begin to loosen naturally. Not because you stopped caring, but because your nervous system stops carrying responsibility that isn't yours. Inside a universal year one, this process becomes especially powerful. Year one is about reclaiming personal direction, reclaiming identity, reclaiming the authority to decide where your energy flows. And part of that process is recognizing that love does not require energetic entanglement. You can love someone deeply without carrying their emotional world inside your body. So again, let's pause here for a moment. Think about a relationship where you often feel responsible for someone else's emotions. Notice what happens in your body when you think about them. Is there tension, pressure, a sense of obligation? That sensation is simply your nervous system revealing where energy has been held far too long. And once that awareness appears, the process of releasing can begin. If you can sit comfortably for this part, let your feet rest on the floor. Allow your spine to lengthen naturally, not rigid, just upright enough that your breathing feels open and relaxed. Take a slow breath in through your nose and exhale slowly through your mouth. Again, inhale gently and exhale longer than you inhale. Let your shoulders soften. Now bring your awareness to your body. Notice the simple sensation of breathing. Notice where your body touches the chair or the floor. Feel the weight of your feet grounding into the earth. These small physical sensations help the nervous system return to the present moment. Now think of someone who has been occupying a lot of your emotional attention recently. Choose someone you care about, but whose energy sometimes feels heavy to carry. You are not doing anything against them. You are simply becoming aware of where your energy has been extended outward. Notice what happens in your body as you think about them. Where do you feel that connection? In your chest, in your stomach, your throat, your mind replaying conversations. Just observe without judging the sensation. Now imagine a gentle line of energy connecting you to that person. Not a chain, not something harsh. Just a soft thread of attention linking the two of you together. This thread represents the emotional focus that has been flowing between you. And again, remember that connection itself is not wrong. Connection is part of being human. But today we are simply adjusting where your energy belongs. Take a slow breath. And as you exhale, imagine your energy slowly returning to your own body, like light flowing back towards its source. You are not taking anything away from them. You are simply bringing your own energy home. Allow that return to happen gradually. With each breath, imagine more of your attention and emotional investment settling back into your body. Now imagine placing your hand gently over your heart. Feel the warmth of your palm. Let your breathing remain slow and steady. And silently repeat to yourself, I can love you without carrying your emotions. Pause for a breath, then say, I release what was never mine to hold. Pause again, and then say, I allow my energy to return to me. Notice how your body responds to those words. You may feel a sense of spaciousness. You may feel calm, or you may simply feel neutral. Whatever appears is perfectly fine. The goal is not to force a specific emotion. It is simply to allow your nervous system to recognize that the emotional responsibility can return to its rightful place. Now imagine that soft thread of connection gently dissolving, not through force, but through understanding. The relationship itself still exists. The love still exists. But the energetic responsibility returns to where it belongs. Their life remains with them. Your energy remains with you. Take another slow breath and notice the space inside your body. Often where cords release, people feel a quiet sense of relief. Not dramatic, just lighter, clearer, more present inside themselves. Now slowly bring your awareness back to the room around you. Notice the sounds near you. Notice your breathing. Notice your body. And recognize that your energy belongs with you. You can choose where it flows. You can choose when it returns. Take one more slow breath before we finish. Inhale gently through your nose and exhale slowly. Notice your body. Notice the space inside your chest. Notice your breathing. Every small shift matters because energetic clearing rarely needs to be dramatic to be effective. Often the most powerful shifts happen quietly. when awareness returns to where your energy belongs. One of the biggest misunderstandings about energetic cords is the belief that releasing them means losing love. But that isn't true. Love does not require energetic entanglement. Love does not require carrying someone else's emotional world inside your own nervous system. Healthy connection allows space. It allows each person to hold responsibility for their own life. When that balance exists, relationships become lighter, more respectful, more supportive. Energy body 3, the positive mind, like I said, governs direction. It determines where your attention flows, and wherever attention flows, energy follows. So when your attention constantly circles around someone else's emotional state, your energy becomes tied to that dynamic. But when your attention returns inwards, your system stabilizes, your clarity increases, your intuition becomes easier to hear, because your energy is no longer scattered across everyone around you. Inside a universal year one, this is especially important. Year one is the beginning of the new energetic cycle, a time where identity reorganizes, where the patterns you practice now begin shaping the years ahead. And one of the most powerful patterns you can practice is energetic sovereignty, the ability to care deeply for others without losing yourself in the process. The ability to love while still allowing your energy to belong to you. So as you move through the rest of this week, notice something simple. Pay attention to where your mind returns throughout the day. If you notice your attention looping around someone else's emotional world, pause, take a breath. Bring your awareness back into your body. Remind yourself gently, my energy belongs with me. Small moments like that slowly retrain the nervous system. And over time, your relationships become clearer, lighter, and more balanced. Take one final breath here. Feel your body. Feel the steadiness inside you. Because the more your energy returns home, the easier it becomes to move through life with clarity and intention. Before we go, if this resonates, if you're feeling that inner yes is in your soul, make sure you hit that subscribe button and tap the notification bell so that you never miss a transmission. This channel isn't just content. It's a frequency, a sacred remembering, a space where you're called out and called home all in the same breath. So if you're ready to rise, heal, and to reclaim your truth, one video at a time, like this video, drop a fire or heart emoji in the comments, and let me know what landed for you. And if you needed extra guidance, there are freebies in the description box below. Let's co-create this new earth together, one soul activation at a time. Welcome to the remembrance. See you in the next video. Bye for now.